Hi, Democrats. Today is Wednesday, June 28th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Wednesday. And it is a happy Wednesday. So, there are times when I just marvel at the fact that I get to be one of the most partisan people that you ever want to meet. I don't have to hide my pride in being a Democrat, to be able to be around the people that I work with. I don't have to worry about that uncle at Thanksgiving that I have to talk to. I get to be openly, unapologetically proud to be a Democrat. And so today is one of those days. So as I think about the president and the vice president, they're on this tour telling everybody about Bidenomics. And it made me think, what does that have to do with Oklahoma, right? Because Oklahoma doesn't typically vote for the Democratic president. But here's the thing. I am a proud Oklahoma Democrat, and what we stand for is well-funded public education. That's simple. Well-funded public education, no matter your zip code. Also, no matter your zip code, access to affordable health care. And then access to economic opportunity. Everyone should be able to have one job and get all of their needs met. Just one job. And that one job shouldn't be tanked because of one health scare. That's what we stand for. And we're out of session technically we're in session, but the legislators are all in, most of them are all in district doing their thing. And so it's hard to kind of keep track of what's happening at the Capitol. So I'm focusing more on what's happening in DC. But I want to bring it back home. We care about well-funded public education, access to affordable health care, and access to economic opportunity. All of that is really the American dream. And then the president and the vice president are going out and they're talking about Bidenomics. And Bidenomics are the answer to trickle down. Bidenomics are talking about building our economy from the middle out and from the bottom up. Whereas Republicans think just give all the money up to the top and maybe some of the money will make its way down. Well, we've had 40 years of that and we know it doesn't work. And so what Biden is trying to do directly and specifically is to rebuild the middle class, right? We talked about access to broadband internet, which seems kind of trivial, but it has become a necessary thing in everyone's lives now, not a nice to have, but a need to have. And so I think, what else? How else does this relate to our state? I'm going to talk about what everybody's talking about. All the news stations are talking about the misspent tax dollars, mishandled tax dollars by our superintendent of public instruction, signed off by the governor. And that whole thing is a plan and a scheme to defund public education. That's their plan, defund public education. Democrats, we're over here trying to figure out how can we make sure that everyone has access to quality, well-funded education. And they're over there trying to make sure that there's some special education for a special few, and then everyone else gets stuck with leftover school. I am proud to be a Democrat. I want to be on the side that's trying to educate everyone versus the side who's trying to pick special folks who get an education. And let's not forget, we've been talking about it for over a year. These are mishandled tax dollars. And according to the most recent narrative of the audit by the Republican state auditor, that this can get kicked up to a federal audit. And if they want to, they can make Oklahoma pay that money back. Because we just have extra money to give away because we're not spending it on the schools, obviously. Then let's talk about access to affordable health care. Part of Bidenomics is making sure that the Republicans keep their grubby hands off of Social Security and Medicare. Try to make sure that the deal passed to cap insulin costs stays in place. Make sure that the deal passed to make sure that we're taking care of the health care of veterans who were exposed to toxins, that's still happening. So there is a real focus on making sure that everybody has access to the healthcare that they need and that it's affordable. Proud to be a Democrat. The other side, every single candidate who is announced on the other side is coming after Medicare and Social Security. It's part of their stump speech. Well, I'm going to tell you, I have folks in my family, and I've started receiving the mail about Medicare. I'm getting old. I care about Medicare, and I want it to be there when I'm ready. And I'm glad that my parents and my uncles and aunts have access to it, and my friends who are at a place where they need it. I'm glad that it's there for them. And I'm glad that I'm with the party who wants it to be there for them, and not the party who's using it as a political football. They go out on their stump speeches and they say, we're coming for your Medicare. We're coming for your health care, veterans. We're coming for your prescriptions, Americans. We want to put your prescriptions out there where you can't afford them anymore. I'm proud to be a Democrat. I'm proud to be on the side that says people should be able to afford to go to the doctor. And then economic opportunity, again, building from the middle out and from the bottom up. That gives everyday Americans and Oklahomans an opportunity for a leg up, an opportunity to achieve the American dream. I am proud to be on the team that is all about building folks up. You've heard me say it. I didn't originate it, but I believe in it. It is why I'm a Democrat, because when we all do better, we all do better. And that's the plan that President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are out rolling out right now. We need to make it so everybody has an opportunity to afford the life. Everybody has an opportunity to just take care of their health without it ruining their financial future. And everyone should have an opportunity to well-funded public education, no matter their zip code. And I'll tell you, if you can look right here in Oklahoma, Oklahoma Republicans are not cheering for that. Congressman Cole, Congresswoman Bice are actually on a committee in Congress fighting to make sure that veterans don't have access to all the health care that veterans need, that they don't get to make decisions about their bodies. They're actually fighting to take away health care from veterans. That is a real thing. The presidential candidates are out there trying to make sure that prescription drugs, that only the wealthy get to take care of their health. I'm so proud to be on the team that believes that everyone should be able to afford to stay healthy. So if you've seen me speak in the last 6 months, you know my mantra for this year is to be a loud, proud Democrat, because we're on the right side. In our state, it sometimes doesn't feel like it, although they keep giving us evidence. We are on the right side. We're on the right side. Make sure you have the conversation. Maybe some of your family members and neighbors who think that they're Republican are just Republican out of habit. But let them know that it's Biden and Harris who's trying to make sure that the middle class gets rebuilt. Let them know that it's Biden and Harris who's trying to make sure that the insulin cap stays in place. Let them know that it's Biden and Harris who is trying to make sure that we take care of the health of our veterans. Let them know that it's Biden and Harris who's trying to make job opportunities for folks, whether they're college bound or not, that they are able to get jobs that afford them an opportunity towards the American dream. We're on the right side, folks. Remember that. Be proud of that, and tell your neighbors. All righty. Eid Mubarak, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4:15.